Hello and welcome to the Of Mouse and Men podcast. As always, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Angelo.
And today, Angelo, we're actually going to be talking about a serious topic.
Really?
Yes, we're about to get real serious because there has been an awakening. There has been an underground society, a cult, as you would say, kind of growing in Animal Kingdom, and they've taken over.
They have they? What
Yes,
is this cult, Kevin?
Are you not aware? Everywhere. So you may notice when you go into Animal Kingdom now, there's a lot of WEs everywhere. There's a lot of this propaganda, symbolism, just scattered throughout the park. And you may be thinking, what is that? And you go up to one of these people, and then they chat you up, and then they recruit you to be part of the Wilderness Explorers. And exactly, it's a cult.
Kevin, I think you have an unnecessary problem with the Wilderness Explorers Club.
I wouldn't call it unnecessary. I would just say it's concerning. As a avid park goer, I'm concerned.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk
yes.
about. So,
let's talk about this children's cult.
Yeah. But even so, more recently, there's been this trend in various Disney parks. They've been introducing kind of, I don't know what you'd call them. You'd call them like AR games, kind of.
They're not games. I would say I don't know if I would say they're AR. Maybe.
Well, some of them
Some of them are AR. They're not all AR. They're more of activities that are in the parks that are outside of the rides. And so you can go and do scavenger hunts, and you could do a bunch of various activities that take up your time at the park and are cool, that aren't necessarily going on rides and meeting with characters.
Yeah, so should we mention the three main ones here?
Yes.
And then we'll get into them.
So basically what we're talking about right now is this new Wilderness Explorers. It's kind of semi-new. I wouldn't say it's really that new. It's probably, at this point, it's pretty there now. But the Wilderness Explorers, and basically you join up with this little cult, and you walk around Animal Kingdom, you learn things, and basically it's an educational program. You learn about animals, biology, ecosystems. It's a lot of fun. And then at Epcot, right, you have what is now in transition. You had Agent P's Showcase Adventure, I believe it was called, right, Angelo?
Yeah, something like that.
And now it's going to be the DuckTales World Showcase Adventure.
Which I think the World Showcase, like, adventure stuff is like the coolest. It was the coolest things ever. Like, back to the Kim Possible one, which I believe was the first version of it. It's just, in the countries, you'd go around and, like, different things would be activated and, like, things would move and, like, maybe, like, a thing opens in a store because you get, like, a little device and do it. I think now they might put it on your phone, but haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, I haven't actually.
In flux.
I've never done the Agent P or the Kim Possible one. I might do the DuckTales one. And then over at Magic Kingdom, they have Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, which is basically a virtual reality. Is it virtual reality? It's a virtual card game.
An alternate reality, maybe?
Yeah, Yeah, I guess. It's like Pokemon Go. It's an alternate reality card game that basically you get these cards and you go around the Magic Kingdom. So that's what we're talking about today, these virtual activities. So our main topic being the Wilderness Explorer cult that is erupted.
Kevin, I think we got to stop calling it a cult.
Okay, the Wilderness Explorers gang of children all over the Animal Kingdom. And basically, it used to be called Kids Discovery Club, which is what it used to be. And it was pretty much the same thing. Kids went up, did activities, learned about Animal Kingdom stuff.
And you get a little stamp at the end, and then you try to collect all the stamps.
You try to collect the stamps, you get a stamp at the end. It was hosted by Timon and Pumbaa, which was a lot of fun. But then something happened when they switched over to Wilderness Explorers. Because it used to be that these activities were happening in the park. You didn't notice. It wasn't really on your radar that these things were happening unless you were like saw the stations and you were like, what is this, right? But now that the Wilderness Explorers have taken over, you're very aware this is happening in the park. They want you to know that they are the wilderness explorers and they have taken over Animal Kingdom. And so in 2013 was when it was rethemed into the Wilderness Explorers, and basically
After Up.
Yes, it was after Up, and I believe they did add. Yeah, I believe they did. They added Russell and Doug meet and greet, so you could meet Russell and Doug.
Dussel and Rug.
Dussel and Rug. No, Russell and Doug, and you could meet them, and then be committed into the club of Wilderness Explorers.
So Kevin, what's your big problem with the Wilderness Explorers Club? Because I'm not aware.
I don't have a big problem. I
You
just
seem
think
to have a
it's
really
odd
big problem.
that there's this weird club recruiting people like so intensively. Because when you walk up, now I have to specify, neither myself, I don't believe Angelo has done it either.
I did it the old days when it was Timon
The
and
Discovery
Pumbaa.
one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I haven't done it, period.
They're cool activities, at least when I
They
did
are
them.
cool activities, and it really is a great activity. Like, I gotta say, you go up to the cast members, and you learn a lot of information. For kids, you usually do activities, but I've seen adults that do it, and they have a conversation with you. And it's really educational. And
Oh,
you learn
really?
a
I didn't
lot.
know they let like adults do it.
I didn't think they let adults do it either. But then I started like looking into it because I was like, they're recruiting people. And so when I looked into it, I noticed that a lot of adults were doing it, and they're like, yeah, adults can do it. And they basically have more of a conversation with you when it's the adults doing it, which is really interesting. And, I would
That's
actually
cool,
do this
though.
activity if I've always said, like, because I think these activities are like so interesting. But when I go to the park, I'm usually like, that's like the least of my priorities. So I've always had it in my mind that if I ever did do it, I have like a week. If I ever have like a week and a half, or I have like a really long time where I'm in Florida and I'm going to the parks, I would spend a day or whatever doing these activities because I find it so interesting. But yeah, so they recruit people into their Wilderness Explorers. I'm trying not to say cult, club, and basically, when you get recruited into it, you do like this Wilderness Explorers that I've seen people do it, and I'm like, this is strange, because you basically make a W with your hands, and you say like, oh, the wilderness must be explored or something, and then you do like this like crow thing, where like you make your arms into a crow. It's almost like the Black Panther and like Wonder Woman position, but you put your thumbs together and like you flap your fingers. And so you do this and you go like, caw, caw. I believe he does it in the movie. Do you know if he does it in the movie?
I think he does. I haven't seen Up in forever.
Up's weird. Anyway.
Up's a great movie. Up's weird?
The first 10 minutes of Up is good, and then the overall message is good. Then it gets whacked.
Well, yeah, that's true. Nobody remembers the middle of Up.
Because it goes crazy. This guy recruits like talking dogs. Up gets bonkers. Literally, if you take the beginning of Up and then the end of Up and put them together, it's a great short film. Like him reading the book at the end. Oh, sorry for spoilers on Up. It's been out for a while, but sorry, spoilers for Up. If you do like the beginning and then the end with the book, that's a great short film. As a movie, it's all over the place, but it has a nice message. We've gone off track though. You do the thing.
I want to say too, the Wilderness Explorers, since it's become that, has expanded a lot. There used to be only like 6 stamps or badges you could get.
Yes.
But now if you look at like a modern map, there's like a ton. There's one in every land.
Angelo, they've expanded out of this world. This organization has gone to Pandora. They've spread to the outer rims, Angelo. We're gonna see them at Galaxy's Edge next.
I don't think that's gonna happen, Kevin.
I don't know. They've expanded so rapidly in this short period of time. Like what is essentially Boy Scouts has like erupted this mass following, and it's taking them all the way to other planets. Like it's crazy. They're recruiting these blue aliens to join their club.
I mean, yeah, they are in Pandora.
Yeah.
So
they're everywhere. And so yeah, you look for like the WE. It's like the W in a tree, and oh, it is a tree. You know what I just figured out, Angelo?
What?
The E is a stump.
What?
Like it's a tree. The symbol is a tree.
That's a cute logo. How did we not realize this?
I don't know. It just occurred to me that it's a WE. We are wilderness explorers. It's a cult. And basically you become a senior wilderness explorer once you've done all of the things and you've mastered all of them.
What happens once you become all of the things?
They give you a badge, which is a sticker. They're all stickers. They're badges, but they're all stickers, and you get the senior wilderness explorer badge.
They should give you like $10 if you do them all. It's just like, all right, congrats.
There you go.
We didn't have to build a ride so that you're able to do that.
But you know what blew my mind, Angel? So I was online for Navi River Journey, and there was a kid, and he was doing the wilderness explorer stuff, and he said to his parents, "This is more fun," referring to the wilderness explorers thing, than the rides.
Really?
If that's not brainwashing children, I don't know what is.
Kevin, it's good. They're teaching children.
They are teaching children. It's wonderful. It's actually a really great experience. It just blows my mind that
Kevin,
that this organization can do this to these kids. But it's crazy. It is like this kid loved it. I actually saw when I was entering the park one day, there was this older gentleman, and we were walking in. And the guy saw the Wilderness Explorers thing, because basically the headquarters is like right in front of the that pathway leading. What is that called? Is that the Oasis?
Which pathway?
It's the main. It's like the main street, the main thing going to the Tree of Life.
I don't know what it's called.
I don't remember what it's called. I think it's
we
called.
We can't
the Oasis.
Call everything Main Street, right?
Right. They got to give them more Main Street names. Anyway,
no, I think it is called like the Oasis or something like that.
And you see the headquarters, and this guy was like, "Oh, I was in the Boy Scouts when I was a kid."
Aww.
And the woman was like, "We're actually the Wilderness Explorers." And he was like, "Oh." And then like walked away. And I was like, that old man thought he was like, had like a nostalgic like flashback to his childhood. And then the woman was like, "Actually, we're wilderness." And he was like, "Okay."
Wow. Wilderness
Even he was like,
people are tough.
I know that woman couldn't let him have it. She was like, "Actually, we're wilderness explorers, owned by Disney." but yeah, it's so much, and they all wear the uniforms, and this is what this thing is what sparked my like the eye-opening experience for me when I saw a person in the Wilderness Explorers outfit on Pandora, because I was like, I'm on another planet. And
the Wilderness Explorers have gone to Pandora.
They remind me of like you know when like Mormons like come to your door like in the Book of Mormon, and they're like, "We want to tell you about the Mormon religion." I feel like that's what this is. It's like, we want to tell you about the Wilderness Explorers. This is such an
exaggeration of what the Wilderness Explorers are. It's
I exaggerate because I
care. You hate the Wilderness Explorers so much.
I don't hate them. I think it's a great organization. I just feel like these people are crazy.
Oh my God, Kevin.
I'd love to do it though. I feel like you'd learn so much. Although I've seen videos of people doing it online, and they like go up to the people and talk to them, and they like basically kind of quiz these people, and I feel like I would look like an idiot because they'd ask me questions, and I'd be like about like ecology, and I'd be like, Like I was watching
questions about ecology.
Well, like biology, and there's one on like
What do you mean? Are they like, oh, when you have a protein, what do you have to do to the? Like, is that what do they ask? What are they asking at the Wilderness Explorers Club? What do you mean?
There's ones on like plants. It's like all this. It's literally like a vast knowledge that they give you. Like each badge is like vast knowledge. But it's like, did you know a shell like from the sea is actually a fossil?
I actually didn't know that. That's actually really interesting.
It is interesting. I didn't know that, but I feel like if they went up to me and they were like, because this would happen. The woman was like, name a fossil that's in your backyard. And I was like, I would be like, I don't know, rocks? Is it in a rock? Like, I don't know. So, like, I feel like I'd be pressured. And they've stretched to Dino Land USA. We need to talk about Dino Land.
That's probably the best location because it's about dinosaurs, right? And you can talk about dinosaurs.
That's
They're
where the
probably
fossil
like,
one
what's
was,
your
yeah.
favorite dinosaur? And you're like, oh, it's actually...
You know for sure Dr. Seeker is a part of the Wilderness Explorers.
Do you think it's like a secret organization within?
I think it's like this. They're not so secret
Don't
anymore.
bring Dr. Seeker into that. He's a part of it. Dr. Seeker is a stand-up guy.
Dr. Seeker is a Disney legend. But if you look, Angelo, I have a map. You can't see if you're not watching.
Wait, Kevin,
video.
this is a tangent, but did you see that Dr. Seeker followed me back on Twitter?
You personally?
Yeah, me personally. He followed me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Why, right? I don't know why.
Did you tweet him?
No, my Twitter is empty. It's just like a Twitter to look at stuff.
Wait,
but I followed him. And so there's a Dr. Seeker like parody
Was this
account.
the fake one or is this the real one?
There's no real Dr. Seeker account.
No. Was this the parody account? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
That followed you? Dude, really?
I know. I've made it. I was so happy.
That's
I don't know
crazy.
why he chose to follow me, but Dr. Seeker, I'm here. I'm ready.
Angelo, you've made it. You've gotten as famous as you're gonna get.
I know, right? I'm ready to go to the Cretaceous period with him.
You should, next time you're on the ride and they have the pre-show, you should be like, I know that guy. He follows me.
That guy follows me on Twitter. Could you imagine?
Everyone in the pre-show is like, what the heck?
Oh my god, the Dr. Seeker parody Twitter is the greatest thing ever. You gotta follow it. It's hilarious.
You should. Honestly, I've looked at Angelo has shown me. It is funny. Dr. Seeker. What a legend.
It's the I'd argue it's the best thing to come out of Animal Kingdom is the Dr. Seeker parody Twitter.
not the knowledge that kids gain from the Wilderness Explorers.
Hey, I don't know. It rivals itself.
Another thing that they
Wilderness
do
Explorers is great.
They have like this poop.
What?
I couldn't find what station it was, but I remember being at the park and there was a guy and he had like a bundle of poop and he was letting kids touch it. It was like elephant poop or something.
Kevin, I don't believe you.
Well, everyone look it up. Go to your Googles and look it up.
There was a bundle of poop that they were having kids touch?
I mean, obviously, I think it was fake. Obviously. But that's just strange to me. The explorers are like, here, kids, in order to become a senior wilderness explorer, you need to get a badge that says, I've touched poop. That blows my mind. That is astounding.
Wow, the Wilderness Explorer hazing is really intense.
It is. They're worse than a fraternity.
You gotta touch poop.
The Wilderness Explorers like wake you up in the middle of the night and they're like, go touch the poop.
No.
Kids are like, what? The kids will do it. These kids, it's more fun than the rides, Angelo. So they do it.
Apparently. I mean, listen, what rides does Animal Kingdom have? Oh, wait, it has the best ride, Dinosaur, and the second best ride, Flight of Passage, and the third best ride, Everest.
They have a few rides, but their rides are stellar at Animal Kingdom.
Like the Navi River Journey?
Oh. The Navi River Journey. The animatronic on Navi River Journey is so cool.
I don't even think it's that good, to be honest with you.
Are you joking?
I honestly don't get anything out of the animatronic. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I'd rather watch the guy in Carousel of Progress be like, 50 years ago, my oven was exploded because it was gas. Like, wow, dude, that's actually, like, interesting.
I mean, Carousel of Progress is definitely more entertaining than Navi River Journey. Navi River Journey is just boring, though. Like, it's cool. It would be cool if it was, like, not, like, a ride I waited a billion minutes for. I don't know.
I just don't understand the hype of the animatronic, to be honest.
Dude, the animatronic is so cool.
I really don't think it's that great.
I think it's cooler than the Hondo animatronic at Galaxy's Edge.
I mean, it's probably like the best animatronic, but like it's fine.
Have you seen the behind the scenes video?
I have.
From when
the technology that goes into it is amazing and stuff. It's just I don't get anything out of the animatronic.
There was a video they released when they were opening Pandora, and basically like advertised Pandora, and they had the animatronic was like, Pandora's gonna open soon or something, and then she turned to the side and was like, was that good? And it was like so believable. I was like,
I haven't seen that one.
It was crazy.
You know what animatronic I'll be amazed at? When Spider-Man flies above my head in Disney's in the
That's gonna
Avengers
blow people's
campus.
minds. That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna make the land. To be honest, just to have like I'm walking and Spider-Man flies over my head.
Yeah,
And they're gonna have stunts.
I don't trust that Avengers rides can possibly live up to the hype.
I don't know. I think you're right. I feel like they've.
Although, have you seen that chicken sandwich? All right, let's.
We're not having the Avengers discussion now.
We'll have,
that'll be another episode down the road. We're on the. But
so Wilderness Explorers.
Yes. So if you look on the map, Angelo, which I have, and if you're viewing on YouTube, go to our YouTube channel of Mouse and Men to view what I'm looking at. You can see the map. You wouldn't be able to see this on the YouTube though because it's far away. But the map has Wilderness Explorer locations spread throughout the park. So that's how you know where the Wilderness Explorer locations are.
Wow.
Did I need to pull out a map to do that?
I love that a map tells me where things are. It's so helpful.
I didn't need to pull out the map for that, but it's commitment to the bit. Anyway,
I agree.
To get started, you have to go to you can actually go to any of the stops, which I didn't know. I thought you had to go to the headquarters, which is on the Oasis. We're calling it that. I don't know if that's what it's called. The main street. Go right to that main center, and they recruit you. And you can join the Wilderness Explorers. But outside of Animal Kingdom, Angelo, and this weird...
Wait, there's a lot of badges they have real quick.
Oh, there's so many badges. I think it's like 29 or 30 or something like that.
You really want to get the hand-washing badge right about now.
Right? That's at Rafiki. Okay, I have to go to Rafiki's Planet Watch in order to complete all my badges. That's commitment.
I don't think I've been to Rafiki's Planet Watch in probably 10 years.
I don't think I've been to it since I was a child. I haven't. I
know 10
that.
years ago, I was a child.
We've grown in the years, Angelo.
Oof. All right. So,
but yeah, there's like the veterinary badge. Like, what are they possibly teaching you there? Like, can I go to
instead of going to veterinary school, you just get the badge?
Yeah, can I like apply for a veterinary job and then be like, they're like, what's your qualifications? And I'm like, I don't mean to brag, but I got the veterinary badge at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and then like flex it on them.
They're like, oh, you're in.
They'll be like, whoa, okay. Right, and there's the recycling badge. So like, what really are these badges? I don't know. My favorite, there's a Yeti badge, right? There's a Yeti badge. Yetis aren't real. Or
wait, are you kidding? They're not?
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Angelo.
That is weird that there's a Yeti badge. And that's
right?
not like a real thing. Are they teaching kids about things that don't exist?
Right? And like the whole thing of the badge is like, is the Yeti real? And I imagine the end of it to get the badge.
I guess that's
to just
fair,
be like, no.
Right? To get the badge, you have to say no.
I just walk up. I'm like, no, it is not. And they're like, okay, he knows.
You pull out like stats. You're like, well, actually, if there was a Yeti, we would have found it already because we've traversed this much of the. Could you imagine?
Yeah. Like, next is Bigfoot. And I'm like, okay, let's get down to business.
All right.
But yeah, the hand washing badge, it's going to be very popular when they reopen.
Yeah.
They'll have it at every sink. Like, you'll come out of the bathroom. Maybe that'll be the how they get you to wash your hands at the park.
You need to
get a badge.
Hand washing badge.
You get a badge if you wash your hands. And so they'll just have cast members giving them out as you leave the restroom.
Amazing.
Yeah, and then there's the Dinoland USA badge. There's a botany badge. To be honest with you, Angelo, I didn't really know what botany was until I educated myself. Right? They teach you in The Martian. I guess I know in The Martian. Everyone had to watch The Martian.
The Martian was such an educational movie.
It really is. I read the book, and I was like, this shouldn't be as entertaining for as educational it is. It was interesting. Because didn't he do the science to the author? It was like, I mean, you can't really, but like, as best he could of how you'd actually have to survive if you're on Mars.
I don't know.
I think he did. I don't know. Don't fact check me. But
great movie.
It is a good movie. Matt Damon kills it.
He does.
Ooh, we sipped at the same time.
I know. It was planned. It was supposed to be like a cool little moment.
Oh, we're so cool, guys. That's why you should follow us, subscribe on Instagram, follow us, listen to our podcast. Anyway,
so we were saying outside of Animal Kingdom. You started to say
yes
before we got into a tangent.
Yeah, us and our tangents. Yeah. So outside the Animal Kingdom, you have let's talk about the World Showcase one because I haven't done that one.
I think it's the coolest.
And
thing ever.
you've kind of done it. So like, kind of tell me what that is like.
So it's just like almost. I think it's every country. I could be wrong though. The last time I did it was when I was like a kid. But let's say it's every country has like missions that you do, and so you'd get like a little like phone thing, and like in Kim Possible, like Kim Possible guy would come up. In the Perry the Platypus one, you'd get the like guy he goes to in the start of all the Phineas and Ferb episodes, and he'd be like, "You got to do this," and so like you'd go around the land, and like you'd be activating stuff, and like stuff would pop out. Like there's one where in I think Japan, like in the fountain, like a little statue would come up from the water. Like stuff
That's
was actually
crazy.
like affected. Yeah, there's somewhere there was one in I think Germany, where like in one of the buildings on top, one of the windows opened and showed like a little scene with like Doofenshmirtz from Perry the Platypus from Phineas and Ferb. Like these were like not like half like done like missions. They were like really cool. And like it was always a highlight like going and be like, "Oh, let's do this country that we haven't done before." I think they're super cool.
I think yeah, I agree. I think these are like really cool experiences, and I think they're for people who are going to be there for multiple days because it gives it the park like this other ability to have
it's
this
like
activity.
A second world that you don't notice unless you do it.
Exactly.
Like when I see people in Magic Kingdom doing the Sorcerers of Magic Kingdom, I'm like, whoa, that spot is like a thing,
right? It's interesting, like because they have we'll get into the Magic Kingdom one later, but we're talking about the Epcot one. But basically, Epcot, I think because you go around the world, and I think that's such an interesting idea for like activities in each country or in pavilion.
And it is educational too. Like they'll mention stuff like with the countries and like things like that. And I think there was really like trivia on like the Kim Possible one. I could be wrong.
It's nice how educational these are because it adds because you do learn a lot, and it's like this interactive activity.
And the
really
cast
cool.
members also know about it, so you can like be like, "Oh, what's this?" or "Where's that?" Or sometimes I think you had to like ask the cast members stuff. I could be making that up though. It's been a while.
Because Epcot also, whenever they have their like celebrations, so like Flower and Garden, their festivals like the Flower and Garden, Food and Wine, they also have kind of activities to those too. Some of them have scavenger hunts that you can do. So like Epcot has a lot of them.
No, yeah, Epcot is a very event park.
They always got what's going on there. Now it's behind construction walls, but they always know what's going on there. And then Magic Kingdom, you have the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. This is the one I want to do the most because I feel like it's so cool.
I did like the beginning of it once, and then we gave up. We just like got the cards, and we're like, all right.
Yeah, you have to go to the firehouse, right? That's where it is.
It's in the firehouse. They give you like an instruction booklet or something, and then like a pack of cards.
That's
and then
cool.
You're good to go off and play and find these locations.
That's why I want to do it, but I have to be in Florida for like 2 weeks, and I'll do it. And I'll just go one day, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom.
But it's cool. There's a whole storyline behind it and stuff. Like as you're doing it.
Because I've seen people do it, and basically, there's like these circles on the ground that have the symbol in it for the activity, and then there's like the screen that becomes a portal to another dimension. Because I believe the story is that Hades is trying to take over the Magic Kingdom, right, or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and so you and the guy from Sorcerer, the Sword and the Stone, is he just what's he called? The guy from the Sword and the Stone.
The guy from Sword and the Stone.
the wizard, the guy. he recruits you to help him out,
Murloc?
right? I don't know. I haven't seen the Sword and the Stone in decades. I haven't even been alive for decades. but decades. Yeah, which is really cool because I see people in like Frontierland like doing it, and I'm like, this, I would want to do this if I was here. I was like, this seems so cool.
No, yeah, I agree. It's probably the cool, like, I mean, I think the Epcot one is cooler.
The
to be
Epcot
honest,
one
'cause
sounds
there's
really
stuff,
cool.
like going on with it. No, yeah,
Yeah.
but like the Magic Kingdom one seems like really cool. As like a whole story going on, like in the background.
Yeah, I think it's, and I like these activities that they have because a lot of like, I guess production value goes into them. Like they're not like that like half done. Like
No, yeah,
especially
exactly.
the Sorcerers to the Magic Kingdom. There's like multiple storylines kind of going on. Like there's a lot of like effort put into these, which is really cool.
And it is weird. The only park that doesn't have it is Hollywood Studios, unless you count the Galaxy's Edge data pad.
No, you don't count that. But
I mean, it kind of is though, because like you make like things make noises or move and stuff.
that's true. There's also I've watched videos where people like decode things and like the water's like do not drink this, and I find that interesting. So it's, I think what would be cool, because I think you should do one in Hollywood Studios, because it's an it adds to the activities you have at the park, and I feel like especially when Hollywood Studios had nothing going on, that was the time to make an activity like this.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what they do.
I feel like they could do one where like you have to go get like there's like different props from different movies maybe, like scattered throughout the park, and you have to go like.
I don't know. I do think their
know.
answer is the Galaxy's Edge thing. Whether or not we think that's a good answer or not.
I have to agree with you. Yeah.
Because there's like a storyline. There's like you actually like physical things happen in the world, which I think is the coolest part of like any of them being the Perry the Platypus Composable one. Like that's the coolest aspect, is that you actually affect stuff that happens, and that's what I liked about the data pad when I was in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I agree. It's cool that you can like almost manipulate it and have like these cool activities going on that like impact the real world. That's cool.
No, yeah, totally.
But people at the Magic Kingdom, I've seen people getting really into like the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Like they start cheering like when they're playing the game, and I've seen like crowds like form around it, and people are like, "Yeah, get him!"
Really? I haven't. And
I've seen it, and I was like, you know, there's like some people that are hardcore into this, which I always find so interesting. Because I remember, I think it was at Adventureland was where I was waiting because people I was with were in the bathroom, and so I was just kind of sitting there, and I just saw that like this crowd formed, and I was like, "What is this?" Because usually it's a character or something, but it was first Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Very interesting that people are that committed. I mean, go you. You're that committed to the ride. The ride, what is it?
The ride.
It's the opposite. And there's also in Adventureland, there's the Pirates of the Caribbean like interactive activity you could do.
Wait, what is it? I don't know.
So you don't have to wait on the Pirates ride.
Wait, what?
Do you not know about this?
I don't think I do. Wait,
it's like opposed to waiting on the ride for Pirates of the Caribbean, you can actually do this almost scavenger hunt activity where it takes you around the park. It lasts about like 30 to 45 minutes. So it takes you around the park, not the park, but Adventureland, and once you do it, you get a fast pass for Pirates. So
wait,
it's like
what? I didn't know about this. Are you kidding? What's it called?
I don't know, Pirates. Look up Pirates Scavenger Hunt.
Pirates Scavenger Hunt Magic Kingdom. A Pirate's Treasure Adventures Treasure of the Seven Seas?
Yep.
Wait, what? Really? This is such a cool thing that they give you a fast pass for it?
So it's like your equivalent of waiting on the line, but you actually get to do the activities. It's cool. I've never done it, but I've seen people doing it.
I think that's really cool. Like stuff that like gets you fast passes or things like that. Like I think that's the future of like virtual queues and stuff like that.
Yeah, but the problem is you have so many people in the park. Like they can't have everybody doing this.
Well, that's why they should open a fifth park, Kevin.
You in this fifth park, Angelo. Maybe you should walk over to Disney yourself and tell them you need a fifth park. They might be in financial trouble, but this fifth park needs to happen.
Listen, you know, all we gotta do is make a fifth park.
All we got to do. Problems solved, Disney.
Exactly.
Angelo just solved your financial problems. Call it Bob Iger. Get him on the phone.
I'm gonna call it Hollywood Studios Classic, and it's just gonna be an exact replica of the original Hollywood Studios.
Okay, Angelo, go for it.
Hey, none of the rides are the same.
He's gonna die on this hill of Fifth Park.
Kevin, we need it. We need it. The only place untouched has been Sunset Boulevard, right? And that's why in classic Hollywood Studios, Sunset Boulevard would be Avengers. I don't know what to tell you, Kevin. I'm just kind of a genius. It would be great. It would be great.
Okay, Angelo.
No, but that's cool. I didn't know that. So it is called A Pirate's Adventure: Treasures of the Seven Seas.
Yes, and it's really cool. I think it lasts like 30 to 45 minutes or something. So it's like your equivalent of waiting on the line, and you get a fast pass. You go on the ride. So I think if especially if if the lines are going to be really long, then it's worth your time, because if it's only like it takes around 30 minutes. So if the line is like over an hour, and you really want to go on Pirates and you don't want to wait till it goes down, you could do this activity and it's waiting on the line.
It is interesting that of all rides they chose Pirates to do it.
Because I think it's in Adventureland and Treasure. You know.
I mean, yeah, it makes the most sense like thematically, but Pirates is never really that long of a wait either.
That's true. They have
like imagine they did this for like Flight of Passage. You have 800 people trying to do the activity.
It would be crazy.
That wouldn't work.
But Pirates has a good occupancy that they can get a lot of people through. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's cool.
And I think this is a trend that they're probably gonna keep doing. I think it's a lot of fun. So I do like these experiences they allow.
Yeah, I think they're only gonna make more and like do more interactive park stuff. Especially with like, I think wait times are the biggest issue Disney has. So
I agree, because a lot of people complain about wait times at Disney. I see people complain all the time, and they're like, I only got on 3 rides. And this is what I always say. You have 3 fast passes. So, if you're only getting on 3 rides your entire day, you're doing something wrong. You should be getting on at least 4. If you're spending...
Wow, one more.
If let's say that other one, let's say you're only going to the park for 4 hours, do 3 fast passes, and then you wait on an hour line for another. Like, that's your worst case scenario. I don't understand how
I think
people
it's even better than that. I think
yeah, I do. I agree.
I mean, maybe it's just because we've been so many times and we know. Like, maybe it's unfair to make
I mean, I definitely have game plans, and like I don't mess around when I go, and I get to what I need to do. The thing that is most frustrating to me is when I have a plan. I'm like, this is what we got to do. And then people in my crew are like, nah, let's do this. And they make a really bad decision. It irks me because we're wasting time.
That's funny, though.
Yeah. Not as much when I'm in the moment. I can get really mad at Disney when we're like last time we wasted our time waiting on Flight of Passage. Flight of Passage was going to go down, and we wasted all the time to see the animals waiting online for Flight of Passage. I was so angry. But, you know, we don't judge.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to say about
I think we're
interactive
good.
experiences?
I think we're good with the interactive experiences. They're not all as clear in the park as Wilderness Explorers. So seek them out. They're
seriously,
a really good time.
You don't know some exist. Like, you wouldn't know that the Bury the Platypus one existed. You wouldn't know that Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom existed, like, unless someone told you.
Mm-hmm. So I recommend seeking them out. I would love to do one. You're probably going to see me do one in the next year or so, if I ever get an opportunity to be in the Magic Kingdom or any of the parks for an extended period of time.
If we're able to be in the parks at all within the next year.
Well, yeah, but I'm not. If I only have like a few days, I'm not gonna do it. But if I have a long time,
might not even have a few days at this rate.
That's true. Disney, open up! Yay! We have to be
not until it's safe.
Yeah, don't open up if you're not safe.
But yeah,
or do and just let me in. I wouldn't.
Just you, just one person.
Me and a guest.
I'll operate the rides while you go on them.
Then we swap.
We do Buzz Lightyear 800 times, so you gets the best score.
Nice. I'm
Yo,
terrible at Buzz Lightyear.
I'm kind of good at Buzz Lightyear.
Though last time my score was amazing. Honestly, I don't know how I did it. I don't know. I must have accidentally hit something that was like worth a lot.
What do you get on Toy Story Mania?
I don't know. I don't keep track of my score because it's bad.
I always get.
I'm better at Toy Story Mania, but where I always lose is the last one because I'm terrible at just like going like really fast at the one thing, and they're like, get all the points you can, and I just can't because my arm gets like sore and then I have to stretch it.
No, yeah, my arm hurts like 2 minutes into Toy Story Mania. I'm like, oh Jesus.
Yeah, and so I'm good up until the end.
One day we'll verse in Toy Story Mania to see.
You're probably gonna beat me. I bet you could beat me in Buzz Lightyear. It's not very hard.
All right.
So let's get on to what's going on
Some
in
of these
Disney news
stories
today. So last Thursday there was the Disney's Family Singalong that aired on ABC. Angelo, did you have a chance to watch it?
I did not watch it, but my family did and have had rave reviews about it.
I agree. I liked it a lot. I went in being like, this is going to be, it is what it is. It's probably going to be terrible. But I thought it was so cute. I think you would have liked the High School Musical reunion.
Would I have?
I mean, you're really into the High School Musical, the musical series.
Yeah, but I've never seen the actual High School
Oh,
Musical.
that's right. So maybe you wouldn't have been into it.
I just like the spin-off show.
It was weird because they had the Descendants people come into the reunion. And I was like, okay, this isn't a reunion if all of you are here.
Damn.
And what surprised me most was Zac Efron. I was like, for sure Zac Efron's not going to be in this because he's got other things to do.
What else do you have to do right now, Kevin? What's everyone doing?
Exactly.
Right now?
But he came on in the beginning, and he wasn't actually in it. But he came on in the beginning and was like, I was Troy Bolton. Watch them do the reunion. And I was like, I'm so glad.
But he wasn't at the actual reunion?
He didn't sing the song that they all did. No.
Aw, wait, why?
He just Skyped in, and I'm glad he took the time to Skype in and tell us, hey. Because Zac Efron's a busy guy. But he was like, I'm Troy.
I'm Troy. Sup, peace.
But hands down, the best. Because as you know, or maybe you don't know, I love Mulan. Mulan's one of my favorite Disney movies. And Donny Osmond, who plays Shang in Mulan.
In the new Mulan?
No, in the old Mulan.
The old Mulan.
The classic. Came on with his grandkids and sang Make a Man Out of You.
That's cute.
Right? It was like so cute. The kids were like really into it. Some of them, not the best singers, but I gotta say, it was real cute. And it was the whole theme of it was like families. So you had a lot of kids coming on and singing with their families Disney songs.
That's cool. No, that's great. I think it was a great idea to do.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. They had the Gaston song sung by
I heard that they had Josh Gad on, right?
Josh Gad and what's the actor's name that plays Gaston in the new one?
I don't know his name. Dude, Josh Gad though is living it up as Olaf.
He is. He's really he got a lot out of that.
No, yeah. Good for him. He's a great dude.
He had a joke about when he was spelling Gaston, because you know in the song he can't spell Gaston.
Yeah. And
he had a joke that he's like, we're all locked in, and he's like, the world's gonna end, and I was like, whoa.
Oh no.
Josh Gad spilling it. Because he's like, it doesn't matter. He's like, it doesn't matter if I can spell or not, because we're all gonna die. Basically was the gist. And I was like, okay.
Wow, Josh.
Luke Evans was Gaston.
Oh yeah.
And Luke Evans sang his heart out.
Aw.
In it, like literally very committed. I loved it. But overall, I thought it was really good. It's now on Disney Plus. It was added.
Oh, is it?
Yesterday, so it's now on Disney Plus.
Oh wow!
Get on and listen, everybody. It's great.
Yeah. All right. What do we got next, Kevin? I see it. We have a few news stories
next,
here.
Also from Artemis Fowl. Also from the Artemis Fowl. Also from the Disney Singalong. They announced that on June 12th. Artemis Fowl will be coming to Disney Plus, so we have a date for that. It's June 12th.
That's fun. I don't know how many people are looking forward to Artemis Fowl, but
if I'm still in my house in June, I'll watch it. But it's oh gosh, I probably was gonna go see it in theaters though. Who am I kidding? But like
really,
Yeah, you wouldn't have?
I don't know, Kevin. Probably. I know I wouldn't have seen it in theater.
If I have stubs, I'll just go. Although I didn't see the Nutcracker and the whatever realms. So, I don't see every Disney movie. But a news story, Angelo, that I saw and got so excited about, my heart stopped, was that, I hope I'm saying this right, because I always read it. I've never actually heard it be said, but it's Ridley Pearson, hopefully that's how you say his name, who's the writer of the Kingdom Keepers series. Did you read that, Angelo?
Yeah, I read a few of them.
So basically, it was announced that he's rewriting the series to
Really?
reflect modern-day Disney parks.
That's interesting.
Because it used to be MGM, and there's a bunch of attractions that are extinct now. Like, I'm hyped. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm going to read these books.
No, yeah, that's interesting. Because I wouldn't have expected that. I mean, I guess that's a good way to reboot a series, though. And see
It is. Because it's going to... Yes, exactly. I think they'll probably add modern rides to it, too.
Yeah. I think that's probably a smart move, to be honest. And I liked those books when I read them as a kid, so...
Because they did something where they re-released the books to like try to generate new interest in it and see if there was interest in it. And I think it went pretty well because we're getting this. So it's interesting.
Awesome.
There was also supposed to be it was said, I think Kevin Smith maybe said it or something, that there was supposed to be a series on Disney Plus, but it kind of fell through.
Oh, that would have been really cool to see it in the parks.
The hard thing with Kingdom Keepers, I have to say, as making it like a movie or a TV show, is there's a lot of kids and younger Disney fans that believe everything in the parks is real, right? And it's like Night at the Museum, though how Kingdom Keepers works is everything comes alive. That's the gimmick. So it comes with the territory that the things at the parks aren't real. So it would be Disney admitting that the things aren't real, like almost in like that kind of sense.
I mean, I guess I don't know if that's their issue too much.
That's not the main issue, but I feel like that is something they're concerned about.
Maybe
because they're always
interesting. I haven't thought about that.
They're always committed at the parks to make sure everything seems that you never lose the illusion of the magic. And Kingdom Keepers just like takes that illusion and they're like, it's not real. But then again, it is, right?
Well, it does make it real, though.
It does. It makes it real. It's very confusing. It's very layered. Yeah.
Kevin, also, I can't find this special on Disney Plus.
You can't?
What's it called? It's the Disney Singalong.
Disney's Family Singalong.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Guys, I'm going to Disney Plus
now.
Oh,
I'm wrong. Is it called the Disney Family Singalong? No, I found it. Never mind. It's because it's called The. And
oh, that's interesting. They don't, even if you just search without The.
We figured it out. I think it worked. I typed in something weird the first time, I guess. Found it. Don't worry
Angelo.
About it. Next news story, Kevin.
You person.
The Play Pavilion looks to be moving forward.
Exactly, Angelo.
If you know, we got that concept art a little bit ago. It's kind of like that techno, kind of like Wreck-It Ralph thing, right?
So like a lot of people thought the Play Pavilion was gonna get, like, I don't know. I didn't think it was gonna get cut because I feel like that's
like the cheapest thing going into new Epcot. So
that's true. It's probably not that much, but I thought they've already been in development on it, and it's probably not that expensive to do. So I didn't think it was gonna get cut. But there was a lot of people speculating it was gonna get cut. But Disney recently filed new permits for it, which kind of reveals it's probably won't get cut. It could be brought back a little bit. I don't know how you could bring it more back, but probably get brought back down a little bit. Another news story. Mulan 2. We'll go. Let's go to that one.
Okay.
The guest is suing Disney over the drop in Frozen Ever After. And so when I saw that headline, I was like, what? But I did look into it, and the person actually does have a case here.
Really?
They can put this on the negligence of Disney because they did ask cast members. I believe this person, they're like 27 years old, female. She recently had, was it brain surgery?
Oh, well,
Hold
yeah,
on.
I'm reading it now. I didn't read it before. So your first reaction is like, oh, that's ridiculous. But once you actually
Right.
start reading into it.
But she had brain surgery, and I believe she was in a wheelchair. And she asked, yeah, she's in a wheelchair. She has like a spine issue. And so she asked cast members before she rode the attraction, what's it like? Because she was told by her doctor she could only go on like rides that are calm, like Small World. So she asked them what it was like, and they said it was fine because there's only a small dip. And so she went on the ride, and I guess after the drop, she like smacked her head on like the person in front of her or the bar or something, and she had a bunch of issues afterward. So she does have a case against Disney here because cast members told her it was okay. On their website, they do say that it's like small drops, which again, listen, small drops.
It's a very vague
It's a
term.
drop. It's still a drop.
Yeah.
So Small World doesn't have drops really. So there is a clear that this is definitely a level above Small World, but it's not as evident of what it is. So I think she does have a case.
I definitely think she does after reading the
because
article.
because the cast members told her so. But we'll see. Disney probably has great lawyers, so
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know if we'll get an update on how it goes, but that's
I'm
interesting.
sure they'll like settle it behind the scenes and like give her some amount of money or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so next news story we got
Mulan 2. It's reportedly in development at Walt Disney Studios. This came from FullCircleCinema.com. They reported it. How they said that their sources said so. Yeah, sure, it's probably being considered. I'm not surprised it is. Is this an announcement that it's happening? No. It's just, it's in development, guys. Probably. Everything's in development.
Yeah, everything's in development until it's not, right?
Yeah, I'm sure everything is being talked about.
I'm sure they're talking about Avengers 302, but it's just
that's
nothing confirmed yet.
Yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. They're going ahead with Aladdin 2.
Yeah, they'll just see how good Mulan does, of course.
Which is going to be interesting.
Yeah,
because
it's supposed to be out
it's
in
delayed,
July, right?
Yes, it's supposed to be released in July or August. July, right? I believe it's July.
I thought it was July. I thought it was
It's
like the
July.
first movie that has a date. It might be late June. I could be wrong.
Yeah. So July.
But yeah, that's interesting. We'll see how that happens.
Yeah, we'll see if that gets me. Tenet is also slated for July, and that hasn't moved. Even though Warner Brothers, they just announced Scoob got moved to digital.
Scoob got to digital.
Moved to digital. And what is something else went to digital? I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember.
But and Warner Brothers has moved things around. So it wasn't that In the Heights, which is a Warner Brothers movie.
Oh yeah,
moved
a
to
year.
next summer. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I am very upset about. But
Yeah,
we'll
the
see
movie
what
looked
happens.
good.
Right, it looked amazing. But
Yeah. Tenet also looks great, so I hope that
yeah,
they're able
Tenet
to find
looks
a release date for
Tenet
that.
looks good.
But yeah, so that's just the movie situation. Next, we
Yes.
got Bob Iger has been appointed to California's Business Recovery Task Force.
Yes, Angelo, he has.
And we have a quote here that we want to read, right?
Yes, so basically, Bob Iger was recruited to the task force. I believe, who else is on it? Arnold Schwarzenegger, I believe, is on it as well.
Really?
Yes, for California. So he's on the Bob Iger's on the California task force. And basically, he said in his statement that their goal is to it's making people feel safe and getting the virus, and making people feel safe from getting the virus is the biggest obstacle that they have to overcome. And it's not just about, as far as we know, social distancing. It's about taking a number of steps and implementing them and implementing procedures in order to make sure that people feel safe, right? So the idea is making people feel not that we have to, like, when are we going to open? I mean, that's what they're talking about, trying to reopen, but how to make people feel safe at Disney.
And all businesses, because Tim Cook is also on this board, it looks like. Mm-hmm. So a bunch of high-profile guys.
Yeah. And then the president of Walt Disney World Resorts has been added to the Florida task force.
Which just makes sense.
That's to reopen Florida. Yes. And I think it does make sense that Bob Iger is on the California one. Their headquarters is in California, so it makes sense. And so the president of Walt Disney World, though the president of Walt Disney World was late, there was like another executive of Walt Disney World Resort that was added. I think it was the vice president that was added to the committee before Josh, who's the president, which I found was interesting. But yeah, so that's the news. Anything else you want to add, Angelo?
No, I think that's pretty much everything. There's gonna be crazy news for the next little bit here, and then as we hopefully start to recover, there will be more crazy news about what's going on. So it'll be interesting to watch and see what happens in the next weeks, months, years.
Yes, because I think Disney, we have seen them start to implement reopening, and Disney, I did see a headline that's saying that Disney won't reopen until 2021, and well, that could be a possibility. We don't know how things are going to go. I don't think that's the case at all. I think that they're planning to open in the summer.
I don't know. I think it could go either way. I think it really depends what happens with everything.
That is true. I think because this is changing every day.
Yeah.
And so I believe that they will be open in the summer. It could be later, but who knows?
We'll see. We will see.
And so that's our show. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, if you're listening to us on podcast services, rate us, leave us a review. It's really helpful, and it really helps get our name out there if you like the podcast.
Yes, and if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. You made it this far. We have a new podcast every week. You can hit that subscribe button, hit that little notification bell. Everyone says that. And you can also follow us on Instagram. We're Mouse and Men Podcast on Instagram.
We're most active there. We also do have a Twitter. We'll get that up and running soon.
Yes, we do have a
Mouse
Twitter.
and Men Pod. But yeah.
Yes, and so until next time.
So long, everybody.